Hello and welcome to Michael and Mom Talk Cancer. I am your official host, Michael Kramer.
And I am the other official host, Ashlee Kramer, aka Michael's mom. I feel like everybody's mom lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Well, it's tough, but it's also good to be loved and
It
needed.
is good to be loved. And today we're going to be talking about getting through tough times. The last month and a half has not been easy for us. We've been struggling a lot. There's been a lot going on, but I think out of this, there's been a lot that we've learned, and I feel like we've learned enough going through just cancer the last 4 years. But now we're learning even more.
I know. We keep saying, gosh, we've learned all of these lessons. We keep feeling like, okay, we're getting to that point where we've learned it. So now life can start to get easier. And then I guess we keep having lessons to learn. I don't know.
Yeah, we keep having lessons to learn.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
There's
been a lot going on, Recently went through a breakup. I'm not going to talk too much about
Not us, FYI.
Not us. We're still together. But, just normal people stuff. Breakups suck. It's one of those things that everybody deals with in life.
But wait, no. I mean, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a little bit, I don't want to say more challenging for you, but it's been intense for you because when you go through a breakup and you're going through something now it's a chronic illness,
chronic illness.
And everything he's been through with cancer, I think, you're with someone that accepted that about you and that knew that about you.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you think about, okay, so if I'm going to go into another relationship, of course not yet, but then is anyone else going to accept all of these things about me, all of the scars? And I'm not talking about the scars on your body, I'm talking about the internal scars. And I think I see you going through a lot of doubts about, will someone else love me as I am?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I look at myself right now, I'm like, damn, Michael, you're kind of pretty. Why don't you have confidence? I look at myself I should be feeling good about myself, but it's hard to have that confidence, and it's hard to go through a breakup and then feel damn, it's over, and now I've got to restart if I want to start a relationship with someone, because you build so much with someone when you're with them, and we're there for a year and a half, and it's just adding to other things that have been going on in life. I've been putting more pressure on myself to make more content to help grow Michael and Mom to the next level, and we've really just been trying to help as many people as we can, and
that's the
we're doing it. But there's stuff going on with my knee too. My knee recovery isn't going as planned. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's just not bending and straightening as much as they would like it to, and I would like it to. So they're gonna have to put me under again and bend it, straighten it. So that's not gonna be fun.
No. That's not going to be fun, but we're grateful there's solutions. But it's a bummer that the first very difficult surgery didn't do everything to fix you. But it's not just that, it's just those constant reminders, the knee is, of course, we're so grateful you are alive, and we say that every day. But the knee has been a challenge, and then there's the avascular necrosis that is not just in the knee that was replaced, it's in the elbows, and lately you're okay, I'm determined to get stronger, and
I was lifting weights, and I lifted 11 pounds, which is not even that much. I was just curling that. Now I can barely move my elbow, it hurts so much. So that's not been fun.
And that's the necrosis, and that's the side effects of cancer, and that's the part that I know we've talked about it before, but I feel the more people I talk about, as you know, we both have support groups, and I have a couple of people in my support group that Michael, and that the person they're caring for is in remission, and they're kind of accepting going back a little bit to life. But the thing is, it's never normal. Life is never normal. Survivorship is complicated. You have all these complications that, yes, Yahoo, you're in remission from cancer, but there's so many other things. We're at the hospital. We were at the hospital 5 days last week. We're going to be at the hospital 4 days this week, and the kid doesn't have cancer anymore.
Yeah, but it's just graft versus host disease, and PT and follow-ups and all these new things that's going on. So it's just part of this life. It's very interesting. Sometimes I feel I'm not doing enough because I have a day where I have so much free time, and then sometimes I'm how am I supposed to do this? There's so much we have to do with the hospital and my disease. So we've just been still figuring out, almost 4 years later after diagnosis, how to adapt to the situation that we're in, and we're always adapting and looking for new ways to just get through what we're going through.
Oh my gosh, and adapting has also been so huge. And again, okay, forgive me, this is like something I heard about for caregivers, but it also goes for any human out there, and I think it also goes for survivors, talking about how adapting and changing, because people always say to caregivers, people say to me all the time, take time for yourself, do something for you, are you taking care of yourself? And I'm like, when people tell you take time for yourself, sometimes you want to say, I don't have time. And I think that also goes for you. People are like, make sure you're taking care of yourself. And you're like, oh my God, I'm just trying to make it through the day.
I am taking care of myself, though.
I know.
I do take care of myself. I kind of have to.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, but in a different way. Like in the old days, taking care of yourself meant going to the beach and going surfing.
Yeah.
And that is not what it means today. And I think that's the same. I think that is the same for everyone, but I see that for caregivers, there's so much pressure, and we're always told, put on the oxygen mask first, or, whatever the analogy is, fill up your cup so you can, give to someone else. It's not like that. I'm sorry. But there are ways to adapt and find little things that you can do to take care of yourself, like take a shower, or like something very small. For me, it happens to be helping people. It happens to be doing my support group. It happens to be doing a podcast with Michael. So I think that is also part of adapting. It's not just like adapting physically, the things you can't do physically. It's also adapting mentally and your self-care. And everything changes. This is the same for everyone in the world. Our lives are always changing. But I think everything has really changed for us. And it keeps changing. It's running water.
Yeah, we have to adapt. And I think the biggest thing that we've taken on is we can't be victims of our situation. We always talk about it like we have no choice over what happens to us. And to anyone watching this right now, listening to this, we all go through stuff. But the truth is, like, the best thing we can do is just choose how to respond and keep moving forward and understand there's a better life coming. And that's been something I've been having to accept. I've had a rough month and a lot of up and down emotions, a lot of sadness, a lot of, damn, when is this going to get better? And just realizing that, hey, like, this is going to get better. The future is going to be great. Like, sometimes we just go through a really hard time, and those hard times are there to test us and make us feel like, okay, we can get through this. We just have to realize that there is light over there. We may not be able to see it, but there's light over there somewhere, and it's going to come to us.
And I think that one of the things about that is perspective. And sometimes it's hard because we know in the social media world, we know in the world we live in today, it is so easy to compare yourself to others. But we've also had rough news in the last month and a half. I know someone that passed away from cancer in my group. You know someone in your group that passed away from cancer. And then we have a dear friend that some of you may have heard the podcast we did with him that just relapsed, and he's not doing well, and we are so worried for him. And then the perspective is, okay, it's been I hate that we keep saying it, but it has been a really hard month and a half in a lot of different ways that we're not even going to go into today. Let's talk about insurance, talk about caregiving actually for my stepdad that I've had to step in, and just everything Michael's going through. But then you get the perspective of, but we are still given this gift, which is being alive and being together and being with you guys. And I think that is really important, because as we've said, someone always has it better, but someone else always has it worse too. So just being grateful that we're here.
Yeah, being grateful that we have these problems.
Being grateful we have these problems.
Like, so many people would wish they had the problems we had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, wish that they had been in a relationship, wish that they survived cancer, wish that they're here. So we're lucky in a lot of ways, and we're just blessed, even though life is so hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But we're Michael and Mom, and I feel like one of the biggest things that helps me get through these times, and it's just like having that purpose, having a reason, to get up every day. Is like having that purpose. It's always so helpful in life.
A purpose and connection. Those are like, maybe we always change. Like we always say, this is our biggest lesson. It's like love. Or this is our biggest lesson, the beauty and the pain. And right now, our biggest lesson, because it does always change, our biggest lesson is like, okay, there's a purpose. There's a reason we're going through this. Or even if you don't think like there's a reason we're going through it, you can make a purpose out of it. Like, even if you're not like, okay, the universe cursed me with this, so there must be a reason. It can be, okay, this happened to me and I'm going to make a purpose out of it. So no matter what you believe, I think there's room to make purpose. And having purpose and meaning in your life is a reason to keep going. Oh my God, we keep talking about Viktor Frankl's book, but that's huge. And having that connection, like having people you love, I think, and loving them, because when you love someone else, when you care for someone else, that gives you purpose as well.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna switch the topic.
Switch the topic on me just like that.
I've been doing TikTok lives, and TikTok lives were very interesting.
I don't know how we went from purpose and meaning to TikTok lives, people, but we did.
We're going all over the place, but TikTok lives. I was doing a TikTok live last night. I had some weird comments. I don't know if anyone's ever done a TikTok live, but man, those things are...
One of the comments... Okay, are you going to share it? No, you can't exactly share it. But it was a little bit like, wow, Michael, you're so hot.
A little bit like that. I was like, interesting.
But isn't that nice to like have someone say you're so hot instead of someone say, wow, you look like crap?
Yeah, I guess it is, but I guess it doesn't count because it's just like random people on the internet.
It does count. It's good for your ego.
I guess.
And sometimes we do need like, okay... Oh my God, let's use this topic to go back to purpose. So purpose and meaning, yes. Love, connection, yes. All the deep stuff. But sometimes in life, you need chocolate cake.
You need the basic, just like...
And sometimes in life, you need someone to say you're hot.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need fun little dumb moments, too. Like, we have a lot of those. And
we have a lot of fun little dumb moments. There's a Lego that he's playing with if you are not watching this and listening. That's Michael playing with a Lego in front of the camera. But yeah, so that's don't you think that's also the balance of life? Is like, you don't want to take it too seriously. Like, you want to take it seriously, but not too seriously. You want to also have fun and laugh. And I think we are
good balancing.
I think we're pretty good at both, right? Like, we've gotten good at both.
We've had to balance it. I think that humor is one of the things that gets you through those tough times. It's like finding a way to laugh when things are so serious and so hard. Like, when I'm in the hospital for treatment, I was there last week, and it's not fun. Like, they hurt when they access my port.
It hurts.
It hurts.
Literally on Friday, not joking, when he got accessed, I could tell he was in, like, I actually started crying because it was so painful, I could tell. But
yeah, anyway, it was really painful.
So painful, but then after, we had a fun time in treatment, and then my port didn't bleed after. Like, they put the bandage on, and the bandage stayed. Because usually my bandage, like, it'll come off. Like, my skin is so weird that every time I do treatment, they have to put a bandage on after to stop, like, bleeding and all that. I just want to say that is the medical term. My skin is so weird.
My skin is so weird. It's a medical term.
They've invented it in the Michael and Mom Talk Cancer Encyclopedia. For cancer.
It is. It's a medical term. Look it up.
My skin is so weird.
My skin is so weird because the bandage doesn't
Nothing will stick to his skin.
And it just comes off, and I'm just like,
That was his Lego again, people that are listening. But okay, but it is true. Like, there is that balance. And when Michael was first diagnosed, like, Michael is my middle kid, and he like has this amazing sense of humor, like really, really funny. And I think what's been cool is to watch you grow and keep your humor and keep your fun side, but also just get so deep and go so inside. And I've loved seeing that about you, and I feel like, it's just like you're just never ending. You're just like this infinitely deep human, and you keep surprising me, and it's very beautiful. But he has kept a sense of humor along the way, and I think I'm going to take credit for that.
I think I'm going to take credit for that because it's my sense of humor. But we'll give her some credit because...
A little bit. I gave you some genes. I can't have only given you the bad ones.
But yeah, sense of humor, we're going back to it. It's just so important.
It is.
Whenever you're going through something, or just like in life, it's okay to like laugh. You don't have to take yourself so seriously all the time. Sometimes we think life is so serious, but life is just like, you can have fun, you can laugh, you can have humor. You're allowed to have fun when things are hard. Like, you're allowed to be in the hospital going through cancer and like crack a joke. Like, you're allowed to do that. It's fine. Like, it's not always going to feel like you want to do that, because it's not always like that. But it's important to just have those moments.
It's important as a caregiver. I'm also going to just stress this, that you can also be joyful. And sometimes we have a lot of guilt. And I think caregivers are experts on guilt. And it's okay to smile. It's okay to love. It's okay to laugh. And you can have pain at the very same time. And it is okay to be a survivor. And we have survived. Someone asked Michael recently if you have any survivor's guilt.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, yes. His dad died.
Yeah.
My husband died. Like, why him and not me? Why did Michael get sick and not me? And then we see friends of ours that have been through it. I've seen other people lose their children. Michael has seen friends that have passed away. There is some serious survivor's guilt, but those people would also want you to continue
to live. Yeah.
Right? What's the point? Like, what's the point otherwise?
Exactly. I mean, we all have survivor's guilt as cancer survivors.
Yeah.
We just have to look at it like we survived for a reason, and
Make that reason, and you might not know it. People have asked us that before, like, how do you find your purpose? And I'm gonna also say this: maybe your purpose is gonna be one thing one day, and it's gonna change. And I think that's okay too. But just finding something that also helping people is a good one. But
helping people is a great one.
It is a great one, and it might be something really small, and it might be something big. But helping people is a good one. If you can help one person in a day, be kind, that's a good purpose.
Exactly, it really is.
We've covered a lot of topics in 15 minutes. Are your heads spinning?
No,
I think mine is.
No, my head is perfect. It's perfect. And I think that...
Other than the GVHD.
And the
chemo brain?
Chemo brain. There's a lot going on with me right now. But you know what? We're here. We did a podcast. We're alive.
And we love you. Like,
and we love you guys.
You're alive if you're listening to this. You're alive and you have the gift of life, and that's beautiful.
That is beautiful. There's a lot in life to look forward to.
There is.
We love you guys.
And we made it through the rain this week in Florida. We had flooding, and it's been so hard. And then what happened on Thursday night? We saw this rainbow that you could not imagine. It was so beautiful. It was like otherworldly.
It was beautiful, and it was just a sign that at the end of the rain, at the end of the storm, comes a rainbow.
Okay, he's being sarcastic, but not actually.
No, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being serious.
He's being
serious.
He is being.
When you go through something hard, like when you go through cancer or anything, depression, anxiety, whatever it is, and you get through that time, and you realize things are starting to get better, and you're starting to cope and learn how to live with it. You feel so much better. You feel like, wow, I just went through that, and I'm okay. And that's like a beautiful feeling, and that's what we want you guys to feel. Whatever you're going through. We love you. We're sending you all our love. And
so much love. Always, always, always so much love. And if every day we're sunny, we'd get tired of it. We wouldn't appreciate it. So.
Exactly. So this is official goodbye from your host, Michael Kramer, and
the other host, Ashlee Kramer.
And we love you guys.
We love you. We love that we can talk with you. I love you.
And we'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week. And we have a really fun podcast coming up with Leia Hunt. I'm giving you a preview. That's another one. You're going to get that one in the next few days, too.
We love you guys.
We love you. Bye.